Right, welcome back. So we are here at the Tuenan coast after having rescued DROD. We have now gathered all of the leaders again, done a few other little quests, saved the homeland, investigated the rock golems, and from here, it's on to invade Englos Keep.
Charge!
So with an enthusiastic battle cry, we're off. Englos Keep was the main Tuenan stronghold. Within were the Tuenan army barracks and training rooms. It was here that the Tuenan king placed his throne room in order to keep an eye on his troops, ready to march out at their head when needed. The keep had also just been washed out by the Onsuary floods, and the Tuenan organization was weak. The Rasarus army knew that if they could strike a decisive blow here and now, the war would be won. Alright, got a nice sunset effect here on the water. And we're off. Alright, soldiers. Do your thing. Solve this battle for me. Almost. Okay. Yeah, so this isn't going to be too bad, just taking out a few of these little soldiers. Yeah, no problem. Got them all lined up. Oh. Got outwitted a little bit there. And wait a minute. What's this? Challenge, don't turn your sword. Okay, that should make things more interesting. So let's try to be more active, although I guess the soldiers are pretty far out, so yeah, there's not really any way we can influence that. But here, so now we have to get the soldiers to turn their swords like that. Oh, this is going to be a thing. Okay, well, it shouldn't be too bad. Get them, as long as they're not too close together, that's when it becomes difficult. Yeah, see, I can't. So as long as we can get them separated, which fortunately the guards aren't the smartest enemy in the game, so there we go, one more. I think just go run around the lake a little bit here. We can get them into a nice single file, and from here hopefully we can clean them all up all at once. Yeah, there we go, that looks good. And if I move... Nope. There we go. Oh. Okay. Yeah, just repeat this over and over, and... Oh. There we go. Single-handed cleanup. Yeah, so not too bad. Okay, so it looks like we're going to be dealing with a lot of guards, unexpectedly. Another lot of guards. And a horn. Challenge scroll is probably not to use the horn, if I had to guess. So, I guess we use the tunnels to get a little bit of a lead. Let's get our sword facing a more sensible way here. The architect who built this this keep's a little bit questionable. I'm not sure why they'd have tunnels there, but okay. This is going to be a pain, isn't it? Okay, so these soldiers are all clumped up like this. There's no way to really strike at them. I can get that one, but yeah, if I'm pinned against the wall like this, there's nothing I can do. When you got two guys around you. Okay. If we're up against the wall like that, okay. We can do... Like, if you're against the wall, you can kind of force them to not come at you from more than one side at a time. But... Oh man, this is a mess. Because they're just... You need to wiggle them around a little bit to get them so that they're not all clumped up like this. Like, this is just ridiculous. Oh, I've killed one? Yeah, no progress. Obviously, I'm gonna have to find a better system than that. Okay, let's just see how this is gonna work. Yeah, so trivially, this route is pretty trivial if you use the horn. So let's just do that and make sure that we're actually on the right track with the, oh, just a little bit too ahead there. I make sure we're actually on the right track with this challenge, so that we're not wasting a lot of time trying to do something that's just going to be really difficult. Okay, well, no challenge. Don't summon reinforcements. Okay, well, let's try starting from this entrance. Maybe that'll be better. Force arrow. Okay, never mind. I guess we'll go around again. We'll deal with these rooms later. Let's just get this challenge done first. So we have to start this way. Can we get one of these guards from the front before we go through the tunnel? Is that going to be possible? Certainly doesn't look good. Yeah, enemies can't move onto the tunnel tile itself, but they can put their swords onto the tunnel tile. So there's no safety there. I suppose we could try to use the tunnel as oh, here we go. 3 down, that's a good start. Yeah, much better than just running for that checkpoint. Okay, no. If I go from there, I'm gonna get trapped. Okay, maybe I can use this tunnel to move them in a certain way. Maybe? No. Not making any progress. I feel like if I go down into that little alcove, yeah, like, I get a couple of them, but there's nothing I can do from down here. Yeah, there's just, yeah. Clearly there's no way through from there. Okay, well, advancing on them quickly. Okay, let me try it from the north. Oh no, I'm pinned if I do that. Yeah, that's hopeless. And okay, well, he can't actually step forward to kill me there, but this is just awful. Everything about this is awful. Oh, there we go. So we've got 3 again. Still just 3. What are we? How are we gonna do this? Okay. Got another one. I can't. No, they're too clumped up. I can't. Like, anytime I strike at one of them, another one will strike at me. Which, I mean, I suppose this is like a 1-on-14 combat, so it's to be expected. That it would be a little bit tricky that way. Yeah, see, now I'm not making any progress. I'm just backing up and losing ground, and yeah, every time I try to move to strike, they just keep moving forward. This is, yeah, even if I can do something clever with the horn at this point, this is done. Yeah, I'm trapped. Nope. I got stuck in formation like that, then you're just wasting turns. Oh. Okay. Got a few there. Okay. If we can get them all up, like all to the north or all to the south, then maybe I can get through here. See, if I can get past the guards somehow. Oops. Nope, that's hopeless. But if I can get past the guards, it gives me more space to run. Right? That's 7 here, so it's half. Oh, can I? No. Wait, I can. Oh, there we go. They're all tangled up on each other. Yeah, because they won't. They'll kill roaches, but they won't kill other guards. But unfortunately, my sword is just facing the wrong way, so it's hard to take advantage of it too much. Well, no, this is just. Yeah, I can. Maybe. No, that one guy's got me. No. So close, and yet so far. I think there's any way I can deal with this. Yeah, no. Yeah, that's a lost solution. But yeah, if I can get them all clumped up on one side, I can maybe get around them. certainly it makes them vulnerable on one flank. No, see, I keep ending up in this place, and I feel like I shouldn't be ending up in this place. Okay. A few more. I don't like it when they're all facing the same way like this. Oh, okay. Can I... No, that guy at the top gets me. Okay. Huh. Now I'm just losing ground again. It feels like, you know, you get enough of them down, it should make a difference, but it doesn't really make a difference until you get past a certain point. Okay. I think that was turn order there. The reason I didn't move the way I wanted. See, this guy's too close to me. I'm trying to get his sword off of me. But, no, I think this is done. No, I'm just doing the sequence of moves again. Yeah, that's no good. Well, we can get that guy every time we get to the checkpoint, so that brings us down one. Kind of really flanked if I do that. No, they're just gonna... They're gonna get... It's one more. Thank goodness for undo, eh? Trying to do this without the one turn undo. Oh no, I feel like I can't. I don't even know why I'm trying this. I should have just undone that move. Okay. Oh, there we go. It's two. Guy, he looks like he's vulnerable, but I just can't get at him. Can't get at him. So there will come a point where I'm going to have to just cut out a lot of this footage, because I'm just trying the same things over and over, and not really making any headway with this challenge. So a couple of things I guess I can say. I have finally figured out... Okay, well, first of all, this is actually a post-recording, so it's the first time I've attempted that. I managed to... The reason this is a post-recording is I don't want to redo this challenge. So I had another issue with the hard drive space, but I finally isolated what the cause of that is. So for my recording, I use OBS for video and game sound, and then I've been using Audacity for my voice recording. And I don't know what Audacity is doing, but my video files, like the audio files themselves are actually pretty small when I export them, but in-game, during the recording process itself, it's creating temporary files. And these temporary files are just massive. Like to the point where just my microphone recording is taking up more hard drive space than video and game audio combined. Which is just insane. So now that I've isolated that, I am going to be experimenting with a bunch of different recording options and see if maybe OBS can do something with the voice recording, or looking for an alternative to Audacity. And yeah, I know it could, clear off some computer space to try to figure out what I can live without. Another thing, I want to get this recording stuff figured out, because there is going to be another DROD blind race coming up, which I will be participating in, which I'm quite excited about. The DROD blind races, for people that don't know, are it's basically what it sounds like. It's they make a set of DROD levels, and they have volunteers making a bunch of extra puzzles, and then they have people test it, and then they have other people who were not involved in building or testing the levels and have no idea what they're going to be dealing with. These other people will be playing through the game at the same time, doing basically a blind run where they're timed against each other, doing a race of that. So that will be coming up in December, I think, after I think one of the main commentators has an exam, so after December exams sometime. But the architects are already at work building the challenges for that. And I would like to give the racing a try, so trying to figure out the recording here. So yeah, here you see I'm just kind of frustrated trying to figure out how to break these guys up when they're all in a big clump like this. Like if I can get around them or something like that. Yeah, so the blind race should be fun. It's going to be the difficulty level that you should be expecting. Obviously nothing to the extent of this challenge here. But, okay, so here I'm saying, yeah, guard 1 moves first. This is causing me a problem, which is why they're not moving the way I want them to, because I want guard 2 to move into that space. Yeah, the difficulty will be higher than anything that you're going to see, I think, in the main Gunthro hold. Frankly speaking, like, this is the easiest of all the DROD games, and this is out of all the official holds. And so expect, even though the levels will probably be harder in the blind race, it should still be significantly easier than a lot of the other DROD games that we've played. So there is that. Definitely encourage people to check that out. Obviously, there is a trick to this challenge that I'm doing right now. I think as I reported in in the previous video for Rasarus Tower, Nuntar did do a speed run. It was actually about 7 hours and 20 minutes to beat the entire game with all challenges and secrets. So, obviously, if I were to ever attempt something like that, I would need to figure out an easier, faster way of dealing with this, because right now I'm just kind of doing, trial and error, which doesn't really make for very satisfying puzzle solving, and as mentioned earlier is the primary reason why, I'm happy that my video recording seems to have mostly survived, and it's just the audio that I'm having to do over top at the end. I will be going back to live commentary partway through this episode, because basically I get to complete the entire level, and sorry, sneaking through here. Might have done something here. Okay, getting around the guards, but I'm not liking that position. If I leave that guy alive, can I get through? If I can get around them. Alright, I mean, you kill half the guards on the one way, then you should be able to kill them all the other half on the way back, right? But here, I'm starting to look really stuck. So close. Just need one more turn and I would have been able to get away. No, this is done. Okay. So you can consistently kill those 2 guards without losing too much ground, so there is that kind of progress at least. Yeah, they're looking pretty spread out here, but there's always the one guard who's in range to strike me whenever I try to do something. Nope, now I'm caged in. Yeah, once I start moving information like that, there's not a whole lot I can do. Okay, so as far as this recording goes, I do have video for up to the blue door, like the exit level notification, and there's a couple little loose ends to pick up from there that I'm gonna have to replay, but that's fine. So it shouldn't be too bad. Altogether, this is a fairly big place, but it's not actually that difficult, because once you're familiar with a lot of the basic DROD tricks it will throw at you, it's just these combat challenges. The no sword rotations wasn't too bad, but this one is just, you know, solve the puzzle by not doing the puzzle, which ends up being quite a process. I don't think I've commented on this yet, but those barracks rooms you can see with all the beds, those are just ornamental. There's not really any way to get into them. Well, there isn't any way to get into them, so it shows that we're actually in a fortress, I guess, which is nice, getting some aesthetic considerations to the puzzle, some background decoration that way. But themselves, that's not actually a playable part of the puzzle. Which, you know, it might have been interesting to have some combat in and among the beds, but I don't think that there's really that much you can... It wouldn't really be that challenging, I would think. Yeah, just losing ground again without making any progress. Get one more. Could get one more. Could get one more, okay. But from here there's... yeah, there's nothing I can do. I guess as far as difficulty goes, this is the part of the game where, I mean, we're at Englos Keep. This is, you know, we're getting close to our inevitable showdown with the Tuenan captain, and coming close to the end of our story here. So it's the kind of thing that this is where the game should be throwing the hardest challenges at you. And compared to that one room in Rasarus Tower, I would say this is nothing. This is a relatively simple challenge to do. Although it is a little bit frustrating to play through. It's also quite frustrating to watch in post, I must say. Okay, we can get that guy. Off you back. Okay, decided not to go back, decided to go forward. Maybe? No. We can still run, Oh, no. Not from here. I am at least consistently getting a few more guards. Like, progress is being made, it's just a slow process. Okay, there we go. Get 1, 2 more. Gonna lure out a little bit more, you know, follow. Still not half of them here. Nope. That looks terrible. Oh, wait. There we go. Well, there's only 5. Okay, so we got it for sure this time. Right? I mean, they are really, like, close and tangled and clumped up, but it's just a matter of separating these a little bit. Yeah, because when they're all walking in formation like that, it's not good. Oh, no. Oh, no. Come on. Gotta be able to get through this. There aren't that many of them left. Okay, maybe if we try using the wall? Shoot. And I just got pinned. Yeah. There's no way out of here. Oh, that's it. Yeah, survive one more turn by doing that. Alright. So let's do that kind of thing again. I guess this is something else I could be making this a lot easier on myself if I stopped being stubborn and actually enabled the infinite undo option in the settings, which would allow me to backtrack and try from a longer position. So Unlimited Undo was a fairly controversial addition to the series, one which I'm glad it exists because when it comes to single-player puzzle games, I don't think that my preferences should dictate how other people play the game. But the reason that I personally do not use Unlimited Undo is that... Oh yeah, they're not moving the way I want because of turn order there. The reason I don't use Unlimited Undo is because I really... well, I mean, first of all, the first few games didn't even have it, so I just kind of got used to only having one undo. But in addition to that, using Unlimited Undo allows you to do things without actually understanding how things work. So guards, as far as how guard movement works, in this case it's a little bit hard just because it's a huge mob, so it's hard to calculate because the way one guard moves affects the movement of the next guard, and so their turn ordering actually has a huge impact. Oh, there we go. We got 3 guards from that checkpoint. 3 is better than 2, right? But yeah, against individual enemies, it really helps as far as learning to manipulate the monsters. If you just have Unlimited Undo, then you don't need to really think about how the monsters are moving. You can just... Oh yeah, see what I was looking at there? If Guard 8 moved before Guard 1, he would rotate his sword, and then Guard 1 wouldn't be able to step there and kill me. So that's what I was checking there. The turn order made that not work the way I wanted it to. Oh, there we go. I don't even have to waste a turn turning my sword. I can stall all the guards. So, DROD, I've mentioned this before, DROD does have a lot of enemies. In this game, we've only really dealt with roaches, roach queens, and guards for the most part. There was one level with the rock golems and one level with the brains. But yeah, most of this is just these same few enemies over and over. There are a ton of different enemies in DROD, and a couple of the more complicated movement patterns. In particular, there's 3 different movement patterns I'm thinking of, which we never encounter, or at least not up to this point in this game. And because of that, it's those are the ones that you really benefit from not using Unlimited Undo, just to learn how they work. So, in particular, watching other people play this game, and say an enemy that isn't in this hold at all is the Goblin, which is a bit of a tricky... Well, it's not in this hold because it's such a tricky enemy to deal with. Much more difficult than a lot of the others. I can't get it. And the thing about the Goblin is, if you just use Unlimited Undo, you can fight goblins, and you can beat goblins, and you can never understand... You can do this without ever actually learning how goblins move. And I think Goblin is the enemy that most embodies this idea where Unlimited Undo will just cause you to play the game without understanding it. So that's why I use the single undo. For horde rooms like this, if I'm not actually going to be checking every individual guard and going over their, turns and seeing which one's going to move where and how I can how I can use that to predict where they're going to move. If I'm not actually using that, I might as well, honestly, just be using Unlimited Undo here, because all I'm doing right now is learning a bunch of different sequences. Oh, here we go. I don't like the way those three they're facing, but got it. Got it? Come on, there's no way I screwed this one up, is there? Okay, there we go. Yeah. So that's that challenge. Master Swordsman 2. Wow. And on we go. So contrasting that previous room, here we have a really easy one. The guard will come to us while we have the pressure plate held down, but we need the guard to kill the roach first before we let him out of there, because there's no way for us to get to that roach. So there we go. Room solved. Is what, a minute? No problem. Yeah. Okay, here we do have a brain. I mentioned before, guards are always brained. That's so the brain itself isn't going to make a difference in this room. It's just there as an enemy that I need to get to. So I've got these pressure plates. I can have the guard hold them down, which will let me get through there. As long as I'm standing right here, so where his sword can get to me, he sees a path, so he'll run around. Now he doesn't see a path to me, so he's dumb like a roach. He'll just kind of stay in the same column same row as me. That way. So that lets me get through. So yeah, step there, I can go through, and go down here, he will go around. Of course, I need him back on the other one, so if I drop the trap door, I can get back out, and then just reset him and do that whole sequence one more time. Yeah, so get him over here, then go through here. Don't go too far south so that he's stuck in that area, and there we go. Debrain the room, not that it really matters, and solved. Ooh, trapdoor puzzle. Haven't seen too many of these in a while. Oh, I think I said that in the last episode, so, you know, whatever. you don't see them that frequently, I guess. So yeah, we did have the secret to the south that we can't get to from here. That's the tile we have to end right next to where that guard is pointing. So we just have to find a path through here. It's impossible to do this if you run across everything, but you can just knock out one of the two tiles there and come at it from the other end. And there we go. Solved. Yeah. See, most of this isn't actually too bad. Shallow water mechanics. Guards get to keep their swords in the water, but we do not. So we have to be standing on one of these trapdoors to actually kill them. This is really bad, though. Insposition. Something to note, trapdoors will always drop on deep water. Can I get around? No, I can't quite get around that way. Yeah, a trapdoor will always be over deep water, so in this case we end up with these files. Yeah, here we can see Audacity. Audacity is acting up and starting to mess with the recording for some reason. And yet somehow I managed to keep another great bit of recording after this. So, trick here is to lure the guards in one at a time. Something about shallow water. When you step out of the shallow water, your sword is facing the way that you are stepping out of the water. So, that's quite helpful. Okay, so we have these barracks that we can't get into again. But we also have, down here, a passage. Go along the outside of the wall here, and this will get us to that secret we saw in this room here. Alright, oh, and we do have a golem. Okay, so the way that golem is positioned... Okay, well, the orb trick toggles everything. The way the golem's positioned, that golem will never move until we get north of the wall that he's stuck on. So what we have to do is we have to get this guard stuck on these force arrows in such a way that the guard will let us through into the room. Let us out of the room with the golem after we killed the golem. So we want him on that arrow directly to the south, the arrow facing north, pointing at the orb. However, what makes this tricky is that guards they use the brain movement path map, which means that they see arrows as obstacles. So unless they have a killing move, they're never actually going to step onto an arrow willingly. Which means getting this guy stuck on the arrow that I want him stuck on is going to be, and it has to be going to be pretty tricky. And it has to be that the arrow to the south, because if he's on one of any of the others, his sword just isn't going to be facing into the orb, which is what I need him to do. Okay. So so the trick here, how do we make the guard stupid so that he's going to willingly step onto an arrow? Well, that's only going to ever happen if he sees a path to me. It's like this. Or if he doesn't see a path to me. So here he doesn't see a path to me, so he steps onto the arrows because I've stepped across the arrow, which the brain sees as an obstacle. So this is something you'll find with secret rooms a lot of the time, is that they'll play around with something that's more obscure than, like, a rather obscure mechanic. So in this case, guards not knowing about arrows is something that doesn't really come up too much. You can kind of play through the entire hole without knowing that. But in this case, we really do need... it's not moving the way I want him to. We do need to know... here, yeah, I can move this way and keep him in place by getting him to rotate his sword. And there we go. But that's a pretty obscure trick that you're not gonna need for anything else. Yes, I agree. The surfacer must be stopped. He does not realize how counterproductive his actions are. Elimination is not the right option. He is more used to us alive. Capturing the other one may be more tricky. We may need to make a direct intervention. From 10th. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Guard lets us out. Yeah, so this is a fairly obscure interaction with the force arrows here. Stepping across the force arrow makes him not see a path to use, then he acts dumb, and then he's willing to step on force arrows himself. This does come up in some of the later games as well, or some of the other games. But is there a way through here? No. We have to go back the way we came. Okay. Yeah, so that's an interaction that I guess it's secret worthy. It's something that you wouldn't want something like that to force the to get a player stuck so that they can't make progress with the main story. But for a secret challenge, it's a neat little interaction. At any time you can also hit F1 for help, and it'll give you a ton of detail about the movement algorithms for all the various monsters in the game. So if you're having trouble with something like that, you have that option. You have the hints board you can go to, and things like that. Okay, yeah, so there's... If we want to get to this room, we have to come at it from one of the sides. We can't come directly from the main entrance. So what have we got? 4 roaches that we need to blow up with bombs. And here I'm just doing a test. Yeah, I think if I had the roach released, I would be able to get around. So we'll have the guard hit all these orbs for us. This is going to be a little bit annoying to do, just because of how the guard can't see us, and getting him to face his sword, because he doesn't see the broken walls as something that he can actually move through. So you have to trick him into smashing the walls for you. At which point he will then move there once he realizes that it'll work. So here we're just going to go around and get the guard to rotate all around in a circle, which will cause him to smash the wall and also hit the orb again if we need him to. the architects for this hold weren't that mean. If these orbs were toggles instead of opens, this would be a lot harder. Okay, so we have to get the guard to do his rotation again. There we go. Well, I'll say a lot harder. It would just be a matter of timing that turn just right. Get him to step down so he's close enough to see us. Get him to rotate around all again so that you can smash that one wall. And from there, we should be able to get him into the last remaining corner here. Okay, all the way around yet again. And he has struck all 4 orbs. Okay, now we just need to get the guard out of here. There we go. Let's deal with these roaches first. Yeah. Oh. Okay. So the barrel blocked the explosion, which saved the roach. There's no way in. I'm just clicking on all these doors. There's no way in. But we do have this shallow water mechanic, so let's just leave the roach there where it can't see us and then set off the bomb. That should be... I think the first time I played through this room, I actually... by which I mean like several years ago, the first time I played through this room, I did actually do it by just running around, and you can actually get the roaches... you can get 3 of the 4 roaches without actually using the shallow water, if my memory served me correctly. That just makes that 4th roach even more frustrating to try to deal with. Okay, I was successful in getting the roach stuck where I was trying to get him stuck, and then I realized that I don't want him stuck there. So let's go around, get this last roach. There we go. And then it's just a guard. So we have to get the guard up, which isn't going to be too hard. And there we go. Right. So now there's nowhere we can actually, like, we need to be on dry land to draw our swords, so we have to lead him to this little area at the south here. And that gets us through the room. Okay. Oh, blue door. So this is the way out. Presumably. So looks like we have half the level done at this point. A little bit more, maybe. Yeah, so we've got these 2 empty rooms we can't deal with, and we just have to get the guard into this room with the bomb. Okay, set the fuse, run around, and there we go. Yeah, no problem. Oh, first place tie. I wasn't even trying. But I don't know, it feels like I could have done that more efficiently, but... I guess maybe that's the best people came up with for that room. Okay, here, if any of the guards see me, like if I just walk onto the central island, they're all going to step on those pressure plates, which will lock the door, which will make this room impossible to exit. Another blue door over there, okay. So I need to lure all these guards out, and then I need to lose them in the water by shaking them back and forth so that they rotate swords instead of following me. There we go. Interesting thing about the brain, even if you are invisible, so in this case being in the shallow water, the brain, if the brain sees you, it will inform every other monster in the room as to your location. So we can't quite show that off in this room, but it is kind of an interesting brain interaction. So all the guards would be able to see me even if I was in water if the brain saw me. Okay, just lose this last guard, and hopefully they're spread out far enough that I'm able to deal with them all without too much trouble. Looks like we got it. Yeah, just run through here. There we go. Okay. So back to the entrance, and now we'll go to the east. 14 guards, challenge scroll, which is probably don't use the horn or the bomb. This is awful. Okay, so we've got another one of these. See, right away I'm just gonna go for the guards. That's a good start, isn't it? Okay, let's actually beat this room the proper way, because it doesn't make sense, like, to have soldier agrees on there. Soldier stepping on that pressure plate will lock all the guards into this area. It doesn't make sense to have two challenges that are exactly the same, so let's solve the room the way they intended, and from here see what the challenge actually is. Don't use the horn or the bomb. So this confuses me. Why? Why are there two rooms that have essentially the same challenge? I don't get it. You are facing a different direction, so that could make a difference. Guards, for example, they prefer to move north over south. So if your sword is blocking, if your sword is facing, like I'm directly facing one of the guards here. If your sword is facing them like that, they will choose to step around you to the north instead of to the south. And I believe it's west over east for their preference in the other way, but I'm not 100% sure about that. I suppose one feature which would make this room different is the bomb, because I know it says not to use the bomb, but that really just means don't light the fuse. You can use the bomb as an obstacle to confuse the guards, because a guard will never stab the bomb with their sword. So you can use that to separate them out a little bit. Nah, this is not going that well, is it? Yeah, see, there, he stepped to the north instead of to the south. Because both paths were clear. And, oh, actually. Oh, I'm pretty... Oh. Nope, this is good, we got it. Okay, because I can run around them. So I'm not sure if it's just a lot easier because of the way we're facing, or what the deal is with this room, but I found this room to be much, much easier than the other side. So Master Swordsman 1. I suppose another possible consideration is the placement of the guards. If they were all placed left to right in the editor, then the way that they move is going to be very different, at least initially. So that would be another thing. Okay, here we've got something going on, and we've got a tunnel that leads into the bed. So we actually do have some shenanigans going on in that room. Okay, here we've got a roach that we can never get to. So we start from here, except a little bit further over. Okay, and there we go. So yeah, that's the entire trick of this puzzle. Just get the roach into where you need. Vertical preference prefers vertical over horizontal, and there you go. So that's the entire trick to that puzzle. Just to figure out where you have to enter the room. Okay, here, 2 guards and a brain and a bunch of arrows that we need to get the guards to step onto. Well, we've already seen how that can be tricky. Oh, so I guess it is required in this hold. Huh. Yeah, because the guard's never willingly going to step onto those tiles unless we've stepped onto them. And we need both of the pressure plates held down. And because that's a trap door in the middle, once we go through, the guards cannot go through. So while we're standing here, we need the guard to step onto the pressure plate. We step off before the guard steps onto the pressure plate, then he's just going to go around, because he'll see a path to us on the other side. Okay, so that's what this puzzle's about. Individual guards, pretty easy to pass, turns out. So we just need to get them to come at us from a diagonal angle like that. Yeah, they do prefer moving to the west over the east. Oops. If we do that, he's just going to be stuck. Okay. Because you can only step around a single tile. There we go. And that's that. Get the brain. And get the guards. Okay, another trapdoor puzzle in this corner. Here we're gonna, yeah, that one at the bottom on the south we can get for free. And we just go through, and then we step off of that, the last pressure, or the last trapdoor at the very end. Okay, so there we go. Force arrow forces us to do that one from that side. But, oops, probably should have turned my sword before attempting this, because now I'm actually dead. Okay, so we'll back up a little bit. There we go. And the last room over here. Okay, we got a guard, we got a bunch of brains on shallow water. We cannot kill those brains ourselves, because we don't have our sword out. So, we had a similar puzzles with this in Bractia Town, where a secret room, where you have to manipulate the guard's AI. Okay, so something tricky about this, which I just messed up. When you step onto a pressure plate, it toggles instantly. When you step off of a pressure plate, it toggles at the end of the turn. This is so that you can have puzzles where you step off of a pressure plate and another monster steps onto the pressure plate simultaneously, without toggling the pressure plate in between. So that's... yeah, that's something. Oh, no, can't. Can't do that one. Okay, so we have to have him enter from the other side, from the top there. And, yep, there we go. Gets the brain, There we go, and then just kill the guard. Alright, and... not exit level. Right, never did that room. Okay. Which means that we do get to talk, we do actually have the interaction where the brains reveal you when you're invisible, because that's what that room's going to be all about. Can't go through the center, so we have to go down one of the sides to enter that room for some reason. I'm not really sure why they bothered with that, but okay. Okay, so this should be the last room of the puzzle. And here, so yeah, we're invisible, but you can see that the guard is still moving because a brain can see us. And this is similar to that last room we just did. Just have to manipulate the guard around pretty easily to kill all the brains for us. This is actually, I think, easier. The fact that the brains make the guard see you makes this a lot easier, because you don't have to worry about staying within the guard's line of sight. You can get ahead of him, and then the brains will still keep everything working. But, oops. Just go around here. Step around the island so that we can turn our sword instantly. And there we go. Okay, and there we go, exit level. So back with live recording in a moment. Okay, we should be back. This is using a new recording setup now, so let's just see how this goes. We are live, going through the blue doors. We got our exit level notification. This was just where we had a brain back here, I guess on the other side of that arrow. But nothing interesting to do there. Okay. And here, there's another blue door. We haven't gone through this one yet. Okay, one thing I see, all of these rooms are going to be sealed, but this one, something suspicious with this, and that is a tunnel. Through we go, and another secret room. Okay, it is not red, neither red nor magenta. This is a character guard, not a regular guard, so we don't actually have to do anything here. This is just a bonus room for the sake of there being a room here, I guess.
Come no closer, Rasarus fiend. I'll blow you to smithereens if you try to get in.
Okay, I'm off.
Yeah, not a lot I can do here. Okay. Can we go down this way? Nope. Here, yep, there we go. And we're through. Onto this side. From here, we got that tunnel. Can we keep going? How far can we go? That's as far as we go, okay. Gets us into here. Yeah, normally you can't actually move onto the beds, but look at that. Oh, there's a wall there. And we're through. And we've got a couple more rooms to go. There we go. And this is the big door here. Let's go through and see what happens. Got another room. Can I wait this one out? Barely. Okay. Good job, soldier. Appreciate your efforts. Okay, what have we got going on here? This opens that. This also opens that. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. I just have to get one of them to hit the orb for me. From here, I step here, they both come out. And from there... I'm in a bad spot, aren't I? There we go. Just a matter of finding the magic sequence through there. And one more room?
Gunthro would reach the heart of the keep.
Okay. There you are, Captain. We've caught you. Looks like our forces are evenly matched, although they're all characters, so they're not doing anything yet. I got a bunch of guards back here. This room doesn't need to be cleared, actually. That opens that, which will let the guards get through. Okay. This is... I guess it's set up, so stepping here will open this, but this is just a one-way... It's a one-way passage, basically. That we can never get through. Who are you? Tar Technician. Okay. Tar Technician with an invisibility potion. Invisibility potions are an element that we don't actually use in this hold, so this is just purely ornamental. But I just thought I'd take a moment just to look around and see what we got in this decorative portion down here. But yeah, the Tar Technicians and the invisibility potions, those will come up in other games, but not here. Well, if you have played the other games, it's kind of interesting that this is here. That could be hinting at some stuff.
Tuenan, Captain, you and your men shall pay for your misdeeds.
Advance if you dare, Rasarus rabble.
Forward, men!
Halt! Cease this feud at once.
Never. We must avenge the king. Tuenan must pay.
You still do not understand, do you? Ugh. We must do this the hard way.
That was a very quiet thud. Okay, so it turns out we're not actually just about finished this game, because suddenly we're on to, I guess, Act 3? We're now in the Golem prison, and stuff just got a lot more complicated. Gunthro Budkin awoke with an aching head covered in bruises. He appeared to be in a small cell, barred by a yellow door. Oh, there we are. And our good friend the Tuenan Captain has also been captured. Got a character golem up here. And we will make our escape in the next episode.